This book is seriously claustrophobic to read. You are trapped inside the mind of this deranged person who is hallucinating, who has lucid dreams, and who is experiencing sensory overload from everything around him. Hello guys, and welcome back to this ongoing series about the book Solenoid by Messera Catarescu. I already did a video on part 1 with special emphasis on chapter 12, and today I want to talk about part 2, which I recently finished. And the thematics for part 2 will be the psychology of childhood, because there are some very interesting aspects to the childhood experience of our narrator. We left part 1 with mentioning that our narrator was going to write a diary about what he describes as his anomalies in life. And part 2 really continues down that vein. We get a lot of his reflections, and we get some snippets from an earlier diary that he wrote. But the picture that starts being painted around his childhood experience is very interesting. In the childhood, we get descriptions of basically raw exposure. This person's childhood is not a bright, playful adventure story. All of his earliest memories from childhood is claustrophobic and full of fear and full of anxiety. Every sensation that he has is magnified. Sounds are too loud, touches are too sharp, emotions are too intense. The narrator as a child has basically no emotional skin, no protective layer, no psychological buffer. And this really creates the foundation for how our adult narrator sees the world. He sees the world not as a stable, shared reality with other humans, but as an overwhelming field of sensory information. Right from the start in part 2, we get some descriptions of his mother dressing him as a girl. So his mother and his parents love him, but after the loss of his twin brother, their love is and their affection is expressed in ways that are not soothing but smothering. It also gives the indication him being dressed as a girl becomes symbolic in a way. It gives our narrator the impression that his identity is shaped